All right, guys. All right. Hold on. I don't know why this footage just keep playing. Let me go to the beginning. What's up, guys and girls? This is your boy D757 Dart Man for D757 Gaming, and once again, it's been 7 days. A whole revolution around the sun. The RTP podcast crew is back. So once again, we bring to you another RPG Maker MV title called Mugen Tower. But before we get into the game, I would like to introduce ourselves properly. This is yours, one, only, and truly D757 Gaming. Now, my co-host has split personalities going on right now, so I don't know what to call this guy. He either
let me change it back, man.
He either go by Harlequin or Simple Gaming or Dispassionate Gaming. I actually like Dispassionate Gaming. That's pretty cool. So, would you rather go by this passionate gaming from here on out until you figure that you need to revert back to your normal self?
Already did it, man. I already did it. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Can't even make a joke, man, anymore.
Simple Gaming, aka Harlequin. I just wanted the people to be up to speed on what to call you, because they're gonna be like, oh my god, it's just passionate.
Because you know how it is. I'm just joking.
But when you joking and as an RPG maker, developer, and creator, when you create joking names, that means you're saying that RPG maker entirely is a joke. Is that your intention, sir?
I mean, it's not completely untrue, I guess.
Okay. But alright, guys, we're gonna bring to you another game called Mugen Tower. So those who love Mugen title games, I first got introduced to Mugen by, playing fighting games, which is very popular in the PC world, where...
Okay, then enlighten me. What is a Mugen game?
I
didn't know that was a thing.
Mugen is a Japanese term, means for infinite. It means infinite or fantasy or like dream. But when you play a Mugen game, like terms of fighting, it's like a battle royale of different characters from many universes. Like, for example, you may have Mortal Kombat characters and the Simpsons character, like Homer Simpsons with some Rick and Morty, all together in the same game as a fighting game or whatnot. So you actually play as those characters against these other characters from different universes. So you can have a Mortal Kombat Mugen, which may have every roster from every Mortal Kombat universe with some Scooby-Doo characters. But here's the kicker: the Scooby-Doo characters can also perform fatalities as well. So Mugen games are basically fan-made games, but extended with like characters and all that good stuff. And majority of the times they're fun.
So this game's title is already like false advertising because it has none of that. It's not infinite.
Well,
I guess it has Harold. Maybe that's why, I guess. But
yeah, the Harold, Marsha.
Every other definition of this word is not in this game.
Yeah. Well, with my experience with the tower, it did repeat itself. So I'm not sure if you could keep playing, or the enemies change or got stronger. I'm not sure. But
you finished it though, right? You reached the top, so it's not infinite. If it was an infinite tower, like a Mugen Tower, you couldn't finish it.
But we're going to get into that. And my thoughts and speculations about that. So let me go ahead and play this video made by yours truly, This Passionate Gaming. Or... Alright. So, a Mugen as a RPG game. What does that mean? So, unfortunately, guys, we cannot bring a story to you guys because technically this game really doesn't have one. But we're going to try to, tell you what the game is about in terms of gameplay style and stuff like that. Since this game was chosen by This Passionate Gaming, we're going to let him start off and try to have him explain the game to us in his own words, terms, whatever he's feels that's necessary to describe the game as.
Well, the game is supposedly a roguelike.
That's right.
with like random generated stuff, which is like a trademark thing for roguelikes, really. So it's not surprising. Uh, and that's pretty much it. Like I found out later, or you found out that it's a jam game entry, but I found it in the forums under the completed game. So I was under the impression this was a done, finished game, right? But it's not. So story wise, it literally starts you off with like just a bunch of heroes trying to reach the top of this tower, and that's it. Like there's nothing more to it. No whys or whos or wheres or anything. So there's literally no story to discuss. No setup, no premise, no nothing. Like why are we climbing this tower? We don't know. Um and yeah, that's it. There's no characters to pick or anything. There are classes, but yeah, that's kind of it. Like that's a game. There's some random stuff, and that's it. you just you just fight each floor in hopes of getting to the top. Like that's a game.
So one thing that stands out to any gamer that plays any genre is the titles: RPG, roguelike, and Mugen. Those three elements right there will bring in a lot of different players from those separate genres.
Did it have an RPG tag? Because I only read the forum post because, you know, I landed there first, so I didn't read the itch page. I just downloaded the game. Did they have like a RPG tag on the itch page, or I don't think they had it on the forum post.
The the itch page has let me see. Mugen Tower is the tag. And to be honest, I don't really know. It's under role playing.
Role playing is not RPG, so
Yeah.
I would be surprised if it did have one, because this is not an RPG and it's not sold as one either.
What's RPG role playing game?
It says it right in the first, a simple roguelike RPG on the edge page.
Role playing
That's
game,
weird.
right? So
That's fucking weird.
so there's no roles or there's no story. So
Yeah, it's clearly not an RPG.
so most Mugen, well, roguelike, we're not going to do Mugen because, you know, we really don't have any characters that's outside the, you know, from a different universe like a isekai or whatnot. You know, we
I wouldn't count Harold either, because there's no like, you know, official Harold game.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So that doesn't count.
yeah, the mascots don't really count, you know, for like Mugen Heights or whatnot. So if now if the enemies we fought were from like different universes, then I would understand that, like Sonic the Hedgehog characters, you know, or some Goku Dragon Ball characters that are enemies, you know, that would classify, you know, the Mugen terminology in gaming, you know.
I think they just went for the Mugen because it's supposed to be like an endless, like roguelike thing.
Yeah, infinite.
Didn't make it infinite, so
yeah.
But I think that's why they went for Mugen.
Yes. So, to my understanding, you know, you guys see me play this game. I think I put in like 3 hours. You pretty much are placed outside of a mysterious tower, and there's a chest where you can open and you can use that to craft gear. But The game is supposed to be roguelike. You know, if you played, you know, the roguelike type games, meaning, you know, most of the time the games are randomized. You get different item pickups here and there. And, you know, pretty much you got to make the best choice. Strategy is involved. So whatever you decide can change the fate of your gameplay. You know, certain items can give you an advantage. Other items could give a player a disadvantage. You know. So when you play this game, you're not given no type of goal. You're not even instructed to climb the tower, to be honest. You know, only thing that you are instructed to is choose a gear, choose a class, and you can only keep that class, and you can only change your classes whenever a statue is available. So play wise, there's different mechanics and different classes and different skills that the player can choose. And one of the classes that you start off as, I guess, is the default class. You are a gambler. You are a gambler. So is the hero actually a gambler before he entered the tower? Like, is that what he does? Like, do he gamble? So maybe he's gambling his chances to complete the tower.
I don't think the developers thought that far.
You don't think they thought that far?
Nah, heck no, they didn't. No chance in hell they did.
I'm surprised why he would create a game where there's no real goal to it to entice the player. Now,
I mean, it depends. Like, I'm a relatively big roguelike fan, right? Like, I don't like every roguelike, but like the big ones, like Slay Spire and what's the other game called? The Curse of the Dead Gods and whatnot.
Curse of the Dead Gods, yeah. Hades,
exactly. Like
Dead Cells.
I wasn't a big fan of Hades, to be honest. But Hades has a little bit of story, right? But it's not big. Like, most roguelikes don't have a story or not much of it. Like, as far as I know, Slay the Spire doesn't really have any story at all. You just pick a class and climb the tower for some reason. Right? That's the same thing. Like, you don't know who these classes are or why they climb the tower or anything. Like, you just do it.
Yeah, and Rogue Legacy doesn't really have a deep story as well, but it has, you know, roguelike elements. You know, you die, you become a new descendant with different abilities, different powers, and the map is regenerated. You know, it's different than the one you played previously. Now,
roguelikes always have some kind of RNG elements to them. It's a big factor of a roguelike. And another important point for roguelikes is also the meta progression, if that's the right word, like post-run progression, like unlockables, right? That's what you play for. It's like you technically you can finish a roguelike first run, but let's be honest, nobody does that. I ain't seen nobody finishing their first run in Slay the Spire and finishing it all the way to the top on their first try. I didn't see anyone doing that.
Maybe that game has a speed runner.
Sure, but they're not doing it on their first try. When they're speed running, they're practicing on a specific seed and whatnot.
True.
Well, like, the point is, you can technically do it, but you don't really do it. It's like you're supposed to fucking die and you're supposed to unlock new stuff that helps you finish the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big selling point for me too. Like I like these unlockables. I like getting far and unlocking new stuff and then trying again with the new stuff. It's a big selling point for roguelikes.
Mm-hmm.
But sadly this game has none of that.
So
So it's weird.
it does have the class features, the different classes. Like
Yeah, you pick a random class. That's another drawback in my
uh-huh.
opinion. Like you're not able to, you're not unlocking classes. You just get to pick a random class out of two classes.
Mm-hmm.
Or you just keep the gambler if you want to.
Yeah,
So you're not progressing anything here.
yeah, so basically most roguelikes, once you unlock a certain weapon type or class, it would be unlockable in the future. So basically, you're supposed to start off with a pretty, subpar basic class. The gambler,
Depends on what you want.
the gambler subpar. Then you may have a mage with a subpar, but once you progress further in the game, you should unlock more better classes. Like instead of a mage, you got a wizard, or instead of the gambler, you got a joker. You got upgraded class once you progress further and you get rewarded. That would have been fun gameplay. That would have been fun gameplay. But in this game,
most roguelikes do it more like classes are just like different play styles. Like none is better than the other, right? If we take Slay the Spire again, like the warrior is not necessarily weaker than like the silent. Right? They're just different play styles. But what you said with the upgraded classes could work too. Like if you played like enough gambler or reached a certain level with the gambler, you could unlock like the jester or joker character class. That would be a cool post-run progression too.
Yeah.
Work.
So, unfortunately, the game was made with RPG Maker.
Why is that unfortunately?
Because like most roguelikes that we've mentioned has an advantage. They made on more powerful engines. And the reason why I say unfortunately is on RPG Maker is because the resources that this developer may want to implement may not be a plugin for or whatnot. So he may have to go with what he already have at his disposal.
The engine is not what's holding this game back.
The engine's not holding this game back?
Nah,
you don't think so?
nah.
Okay. Enlighten us.
You can make a roguelike fucking easy in RPG Maker. It's just randomizing shit.
Okay.
Right? And using some variables and whatnot to like do post-run progressions.
Okay.
You can do that. You don't even need plugins for that kind of stuff.
I agree.
So the engine is not what's holding this game back. It's the developer that does. I don't know what he was thinking. Like I was checking out the jam where this was submitted to, and it's a pretty lax jam. It's pretty much just make something. Like there's no restrictions or no theme to it. Like it's just make something that does something. Like it can be a game, it can be a software. It's just there's no winners, no competition. It's just people making stuff.
So basically it was like, it's the end of 2023. Post what you made for the end of the year, basic type thing.
Yeah. You weren't even restricted to like a time frame. Like the rules were you could start before the jam actually started, and you could submit when the jam already ended too. So it's not even really a jam at that point. It's like just a thing where you can submit your game to.
Yeah, yeah. So if you wanted to submit it Origins, you could have done that with no.
Yeah, I could have submitted Origins for no reason.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't see the point. Like, why? I'm not competing with anyone. There's no rules, no themes to it. Like, why am I even submitting this?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
So is this game a true roguelike game to you?
No, this is not even a game, in my opinion. Like, this is in no way near complete enough to be called a game.
What you mean it's not a game? I could control the player. I could hit buttons. I could fight. I could
No.
heal myself.
What's the main purpose of a game?
To enjoy, to have to be entertained, right?
Exactly. Did you have fun?
At first, it was entertaining. At first, it was entertaining.
That's a D7 thing to say. Yeah.
At first, it was entertaining because the reason why I say at first it was entertaining is because, you know, soon as you go in the tower, you are shown different classes. Like, I mean, well, you are shown a different class.
Yeah, I mean, you get to pick. I get you.
So, you know, that was pretty cool. Then the Gambler class with the card abilities, you don't really see a class like that. Kind of reminded me of Gambit from DX Men, you know.
Yeah, but like that's like once the how do you call it? I wouldn't count that as already enjoying the game because you're still learning, right?
Yeah, you're still learning. So
you're intrigued by what kind of
you're intrigued. You're intrigued, right? Then you go to the next floor. You see the enemies, right? You see the enemies. You fight the enemies. You gain levels. Then you're picking up craft stuff. Okay, now we got crafting. This is going to be pretty cool. Then you go to another floor where, you know, you could go left, you could go right, you know, there's a shop, whatnot, or there's a combat floor, you could pick one. Then you're given random items from random NPCs, then you got to pick and choose. Okay, now it's getting interesting. Right?
But I wouldn't count that, actually. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Every game has that, right?
Yeah.
No matter how shitty the game is, every game has that first, when you first started and you're trying to figure out what this game is all about. I don't count that time because that intrigue is always there.
Yeah.
My question is, did you once you figured out how this game works and you started actually playing it instead of just trying to figure out things, did you have fun? Because a new job is also intriguing until you gotta work it for like 70 years. Then it's not so fun anymore.
To be honest, I found this game to be a little bit, well, not a little bit, a lot frustrating once you got into the real aspect of it.
Exactly. And it fails to deliver anything that's roguelike. Like a good roguelike has randomization and has post-run progression or meta progression or however you call it. So that's the unlockables and stuff. And it has good mechanics, like Slay the Spire has like all these card synergies, and I don't know exactly about Hades. I didn't like that game very much, but Dead Cells has synergies too with the weapons and the stats you level up. And it has like this action combat system instead of like strategy heavy, right? So it's fun to play because it's fast, it's action, it's flashy. So a good combat system or like mechanics in general. And what else makes a roguelike? I guess repetition is a roguelike thing too.
See, in this game, I was expecting, trial and error, like most roguelikes that I play. Because you're learning the game. You learning the game. You're scavenging for the best gear. You're making critical decisions on, should I discard this gear? Should I keep this gear? Should I get this? One thing that I noticed that this developer tried to implement that with like the different relics. You could equip 3 different relics, but the problem with the relics, a lot of them was repetitive.
Yeah, there's not many of them, and those that are in there are bad.
Yeah, like lower your agility. I mean, increase your agility, but lower your defense and attack.
Yeah.
Then you got.
And the thing is, the agility was like +1, and you got -2 defense and -2 attack. So that's -4 stats and a +2 in agility. Like, that's not worth it in any case.
Yep.
Like, huh?
Then
and they were all like that.
Then another thing, like, even with roguelikes, especially a turn-based RPG, if I'm on a certain level, and I'm on the first or second floor, the player should already have the slight advantage because it's still early in the game. The second floor is considerably early in the game, assuming that we got 100 floors. If there's 100 floors and we on floor 2, then these enemies should be at least level 1 enemies. All right. So
I mean, I don't completely agree. Like, it should still be challenging. Like, when you start out in Slay the Spire, like the first enemies, they're not technically hard, right? But if you like never use your block cards like at all because you're a fucking idiot or whatever, you're still gonna die fairly quickly, right? They still have enough power to kill you, so they're not pushovers, right?
But this is a RPG turn base.
Yeah.
So
enemies should still be a threat.
Yeah, of course they should be a threat, right? But at the same time, if I have no control of what you give me, I should be able to take down the threat without having the best gear. I may suffer a lot. I may lose a lot of damage based on my I got a bad seed or whatnot. But at the same time, I should at least have a fighting chance to win the battle.
I mean, you do. Like, I didn't encounter any
in this game. Not floor 1, but I'm just giving you an example. Floor 1 should be. Ray Charles should be able to beat that. Just tapping buttons.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Blind man should be able to beat this regardless. Floor 1. Without having to read anything.
You totally can.
Floor 2 shouldn't be that much of an increase in difficulty. Unless you do something.
That's where the problem started.
Unless you do something stupid. Broken. Unless you do something stupid where you deserve to die, it should be easily conquerable.
Yeah.
Easily.
Totally.
But not in this game. Not in this game. This game, it adds frustration once you get the understanding on how the game works. And that's the problem. Once you understand how the game works, you don't think that's on. Yeah, I don't think it's on purpose either. I think it's from the lack of,
I mean, let's be honest here. Like, this game is fucking lazy. I don't know how else to say it. This game was not play tested at all. Like, the concept is fine. I can live with like random classes instead of picking my class in my place. So I can live with all of that. Like, if they kept everything completely random every fucking time, I could live with that. Like, it's not the best idea, because at the end of the day you're not making any progression between runs. But if it worked, it would be a decent game at least. But nothing works in this fucking game.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't play tested whatsoever. Like, nothing at all works. Not the trinkets, not the gear, not the crafting, not the enemies, not the skills. Like, nothing works. Nothing works as described. Like, you're getting a crafting hammer to scrap your gear, you can't use the hammer, and that means you can craft the stat upgrades you're probably supposed to be using. Like, it doesn't work. The trinkets doesn't work. You had the trinket that supposedly keeps you from dying once, and it just made you fucking invincible.
Made you a god.
Yeah, like, nothing works. Like, there's enemies that just do nothing. There's enemies that have 0 damage on their attacks, and then their skill just suddenly one-shots you. There's bosses that do no damage at all, and the next boss just fucking one-shots you out of existence, even though you're full HP with a full defense build. Like,
Yep.
Nothing is balanced here. This was not playtested at all. And you can even see it. The reason why I'm saying it's lazy is one of the things is when you enter like the stairs to the next floor is a pre-made door event. Like, it's a quick event creation. They didn't even bother to delete like the
door animation.
Yeah, exactly. Like, when you quick event create a door, it has this animation thing going, the move around with the click sound. It's still in there. Like, Jesus fuck, just delete it. It's so lazy. Like, they removed the door sprite, but not the eventing. Like, there's still this move route going on, and your character moving up, and there's a door sound even though there's no door. It's fucking lazy.
I agree.
Like, I don't know, man. Like, they in the forum posts, they're all big, like, oh, there's future plans for like post run progression. What I like, Jesus fuck, I would be ashamed showing this game off in public if I was the developer.
I mean, I wouldn't be that much ashamed,
Nah.
but I definitely would have made it different than what the developer is trying to portray.
We played people's first games that were better than this.
Like I would have had it like, maybe started off something like how Soul Survivor was. You get to choose a starting class and whatnot, and you go the route of maybe a skill tree, increase your attack and your defense, and it'll maybe unlock new skills that way. But if you die, you do retain some stuff.
Yeah, some stuff, or you unlock new things like new skills or new class. There's a myriad of ways this could have gone.
Yeah, this could have went a different route. But I do agree with Harlequin when it comes to the developer not playtesting their game, because there's no way. I even started off with a tier 2 armor.
It doesn't matter.
Because the armor gives you +2, like the chest plate gives you +2 defense each tier. So if you start off with the bronze tier, well, I think is you get the iron one, that's +4. So on that first floor, the enemies cannot damage you. They're doing 0 damage. But when you get to the floor with the boss, and you know it's the floor with the boss because you got the 3 little enemies, then you got the boss blocking the stairway. When you get into the fight with that boss, every enemy has a skill to one shot you, regardless of any relic that you already have. It's not like this is a game you can grind, because the mode of the game, you know, you figure it's trial and error, right? The more you grind, if you die, you keep all your material to create better equipment and upgrade your equipment.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but that's not what it does.
But this game has a Souls-like mechanic. You die, you lose everything that's in your inventory. You even lose everything that you have equipped. You know? So basically, regardless what you do, there's a percentage, a high likely chance that the enemy, it will do one skill. You can have full health, you can have the best build for HP. You can have the trinket that gives you a boost, or you can have a class that can give you more HP, and you're fully healed. You can still be one-shotted regardless what you do.
Yeah. There's no way. Like it's not even the bosses. Like there's regular enemies too. Like they have this Minotaur boss. As I said, I had 2. There's a trinket that gives you defense and reduces, I think, your agility or whatnot. Doesn't matter. I had 2 of those even. Like, I was full defense. And you got like 50 HP or some shit like that, 40, 50 HP. And that regular ass enemy does a smash attack that deals 170 damage to me.
Yeah.
On like floor 4. Like there's literally no possible way to beat that. There's no gear available at that point that you could possibly have that wouldn't let you survive that shit.
Then there's the aspect, the hope. You're thinking that, oh my gosh, I'm about to beat this game now. I got a good chance.
It's on screen right now. That's the enemy I'm talking about.
You got a good chance once you get a second character. Getting a second character, you're like, all right, now we're talking. I'm about to run through this. No, it doesn't matter if you got a second character or a third character, because when you get those characters, they're gonna die in one hit from a regular enemy. They're dead. They're freaking dead. They're DEAD or DED, dead. Literally.
This is fucking weird, man. Like, what's on screen right now, I'm spamming this weekend skill I had as a mage, and it doesn't deal damage, but for some reason the bull still lost HP. So, but there was no pop-up, so I thought the weekend spell deals damage or something, but it doesn't. Or does it? I don't know.
Now
nothing is explained. Like you have, that's another thing. Like you have all these states, right? Stun doesn't stun you. It's more like paralysis from Pokemon, where there's a chance that your skill fails, but nothing is explained. That's a thing too. Like if you don't have self-explanatory states, like let's say poison, like everyone knows what poison does. Like, it's self-explanatory. But if you have a stun state that doesn't actually stun me, you need to fucking explain what it does. Right? And all these other states too, like as I said, like everything in this game is just wrong. Like it's not even a roguelike. You could call it a rogue game. Like in the original Rogue, there's no post-run progression, right? You just start a run, and if you're lucky, you're gonna finish it, and if you don't, you don't. Right? There's no unlockables or anything. So that's how the original like Rogue worked. But that can work too as a game, but not like this. It's like it's not balanced, it's not play tested, nothing works, the items don't work, the crafting doesn't work, nothing works. Like who the fuck made this? Like for a jam game, like people play this and I don't know, man.
I mean, I think it's
how do you make a game and not play test it like whatsoever?
I figured I figured they want to do something different. You know, they went that approach. They tried to create something different and fresh for RPG Maker.
I don't believe it. I don't buy it.
I mean, you could clearly see, you know, you got different classes, you got different, you know, trinkets. Then you got a tower you get climb. You know, maybe they are fans of, you know, Slay the Spire, but they wanted to create that without the use of cards and stuff like that.
No,
so
I don't buy it. It's too lazy for that.
So me personally, any game with Harold or the mascots, you know, I don't take these games seriously. Because for real, whenever I play a Harold game, I take it as they trying to create a joke. You know, it's like a parody of some sort. You know, they try to create something that's, you know, that's not original per se, but something to probably give the player a little chuckles here and there.
I don't know. My jam game certainly wasn't.
I'm just saying, like, most of the games that you see with Harold are kind of like either jamish or jokish games. Yeah, so I don't take these games seriously, to be honest. But this one, you know, as it being a roguelike and not just considered, you know, a turn-based RPG. It is turn-based, but you know, it has that roguelike Mugen appeal to it. But I don't really see any of it. Even the roguelike, I don't really see the roguelike in this game.
Of course not. The only thing roguelike in this game is that you just start over when you die. It's like there's no game over screen. That's the only thing that this game does right, is when you die in a roguelike, it's important to not have like this 3-minute long fucking game over screen, right? You're being put back into action like right away. And that's the only thing that this game does right, is it just puts you right back at the start and you can go again. Because a game over screen is always an easy quit point, right?
Mm-hmm.
But everything else is just so fucking lazy. Like, you have random ass slime sprites as on the on map, but the enemies are not slimes most of the time. It's just anything. Right? They just push the random button at everything. It's just like random troops, random boss, random, I don't fucking know, rewards. And that's about it. Like, there's no random maps. I guess sometimes you get a shop and sometimes you don't, or whatever. But they don't have any exciting events or anything.
I think it's only like 10 different maps in this game.
Yeah, you can make this game on the weekend.
And everything
better.
Everything is repetitive. Yeah, it's a fairly easy to make game, but in terms of
randomization is easy as fuck to do in RPG Maker.
Yeah, in terms of entertainment, it's more frustration on my end than actually
because it's not balanced. It's not play tested.
And
like if this game actually worked, like if the crafting worked, and if the trinkets worked and the skills, then it might not be so frustrating if it was balanced and play tested, because then it would actually fucking work. But another thing that's missing here is like a big part in roguelike is usually, especially if you're going the strategic roguelike like Slay the Spire and what else? Or just like Darkest Dungeon, for example. Like the a big part of it is you have all the information available to you. You know exactly how much damage any skill does. You know how much defense an enemy has and whatnot. You have all the information, like the damage calculation and whatnot, is all available to the player
Mm-hmm.
if you're making a strategic roguelike, because the player needs that kind of information to strategize and to make the right decisions, which is again not in this game. Like, you don't even know what fucking element your skill is. Is it magic? Is it not? Like the dragoon, I think, was it, or the knight or whatever, starts with that light spear thingy,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know. Is it magic? Maybe, I don't know. It doesn't do much. It says it's reducing enemy magic defense, but the skill doesn't do any more damage when I use it again. So is it magic, my skill, or is it not? We don't know. We don't know the damage calculation. We don't know the enemy defense or anything.
Oh, another mechanic in this game that wasn't explained is if you do some moves that cause the states have damages. So if the enemy is already afflicted with one state and you do that move again, it is a stronger version of that move. It does like critical damage.
Really?
I
didn't
know.
notice
Yeah,
about that.
I noticed that with the dragoon class, or if you you do well. Shock. I mean, paralyzed wouldn't work, but like the other ones, if you do like thunderbolt on one enemy, then you do it again on that same enemy, he is automatically critical. But it doesn't matter if you do that strategy or not, because an enemy could kill you in one hit and you're freaking screwed.
Yeah, the balancing is the most, like, the balancing and the fact that everything's fucking broken. Like these are the two big factors in this game. Because you can have the best run ever. Like, I was like, cool, man, I have two of these defense artifacts now, man. I'm gonna be invincible in the first few floors.
Yeah.
And then I went to the boss and I got just immediately one shot. Like, huh? Like the boss just used, like, what's it called? Implosion, explosion. I don't fucking know. I just instantly died. First turn. I didn't even get a turn myself. Like, what the fuck?
Mm.
And like, what am I supposed to do? It's not like I can just grind normal enemies until I'm high enough level, because they don't respawn. I can't die and repeat the runs and stash my materials, because the materials are lost too. So what am I supposed to do? How am I ever supposed to progress when the boss just one-shots me no matter what I do?
There's nothing you can do.
It's broken. You cannot do anything. I don't even know why there's crafting, because you lose your materials when you die. Why am I supposed to be crafting at the blacksmith at the start of the game? Like, I don't know how it works. Sometimes I have leftover materials, sometimes I don't.
Yeah, I don't get that. I think what it is,
I think it's just buggy. It just doesn't work.
I think what it is, the what's those enemies called? Well, the enemies drop like monster something.
Yeah, monster materials or whatever.
Yeah, I think that carries over.
But it doesn't.
Sometimes it does. It
Yeah,
seems
sometimes
because
it does, it seems, because at one point I made the entire armor set of iron. For some reason I had the materials for that.
yeah,
But never again after that. Like, I don't know. And it's like, if it's not buggy, then it's not explained how it works. Like, huh? What am I supposed to do? Like, I don't know, man. Like, this game is just broken beyond belief, in my opinion, and it's fucking lazy. Like, I don't understand. Like, why would you go on the forums and make a long ass post in the completed game section about a game that's completely not completed. Like, it even tells you, I'm supposed to give you a skill card, but that feature's not in yet. Like, how is this game completed? It doesn't work, it's unplay tested, it's broken, like, what?
And the skill card, like, what I know, I think each class has each class has 4 skills maximum.
Could be.
Because when I had the pocket miracle, the pocket miracle, for those who don't know, the pocket miracle is supposed to be like this super rare. You would figure it's a super rare trinket that you find in the game, and what it does, it negates death. So if you die, you automatically get revived, and I think you get revived with one HP. You get revived. Knowing how this game actually is, that's not a good item. But fortunately, the item is bugged, so it keeps reviving you and it doesn't break. So technically, you could keep dying over and over and over and over and over again and beat the game that way. And the way that the game is designed, you get to the further towers, it's literally impossible to beat this game because it literally took me 20 minutes, and I'm not capping. You go watch the video. It took me 20 minutes, 20 whole minutes to beat the last boss. 20 whole minutes.
That's not surprising though, because the way the system is supposed to work is like, they probably wanted you to keep the materials, right? So whenever you start over, you could use these materials to craft better gear, and start with better gear and get these stat orbs, so you can have better stats. Of course, since you had the broken item, but you had nothing else, like you didn't have any weapons and no stat increase and whatnot, you were basically essentially underleveled for the last boss.
Yeah, you right.
So you didn't do any damage to the motherfucker because you didn't have the stats you were supposed to have.
Yep, makes sense.
So of course it did take 20 minutes.
Makes sense. Yep.
So the underlying problem is still like everything's fucking broken in this game. Like, and I just don't understand. Like, you went through the effort making this shit, and then you didn't play test it like at all, because you only need one run to realize that everything is broken. Like, you don't even need to play test 5 minutes, and you see everything is broken. And I don't understand how that even happens. So in my opinion, the developer of this game is just fucking lazy. Because I cannot imagine any other reason for anyone to not playtest their game like even once.
Yeah, you gotta playtest your game, especially a game like this. You wanna make sure it's beatable with any and every item that you come across. You know, you may have advantages or disadvantages.
If you got shitty items, it can be impossible. That's just how it goes. That's how roguelikes are. Like,
but I won't necessarily say it's impossible. It'll be very, very, very hard to do. I don't think nobody would make a game and it's impossible to beat, even with not the really greatest gears. They just won't have that stat advantage.
It's totally.
But we don't know that. We don't know. We don't know that. We don't know that.
I play plenty of roguelikes.
That's those games we talking about.
I mean, it would be fine if you could have just bad luck, and that's why this run is just impossible. All right, die and move on to the next run. That's fine if it happens every once in a while. That's just how it goes in the roguelike. But I don't know. It's how in the fuck do you not playtest your game? Like this could have been solved like if the developer just went and started their own fucking game and did a single run to realize, oh, the crafting doesn't work, oh, the skills don't work, oh, this enemy has no skills, oh, this enemy one-shots me for some reason. Like, it's 10-minute playtest and you would have figured all that out.
Okay, so the developer is asking to share feedback on this difficulty. It is highlighted.
But there's no difficulty. It's just not play tested at all.
To offer, the vision behind Mugen Tower was clear: to offer a game that could be effortlessly picked up and enjoyed in just half an hour, making it a versatile choice for those seeking a quick bite-sized game. I call cap on that. That's cap. That's cap.
This game is just
you can't beat this game.
Out at all. It's impossible to beat because it's broken beyond repair, and it's just overall lazy as fuck.
You think we should ask other streamers to play this game and see if they can beat it? That'd be interesting if I could see Padre play this, maybe Zephyr, heroic Zephyr, take their time and play it. I like to see their reaction though. That'd be freaking dope, man. That'd be freaking dope. See their reaction to this.
What kind of reaction, man? It's just they're just gonna quit.
Oh my god, you can't do it! This game is horrible. The nerd man should be like, what a game, what a game, what a game.
And then still give it a 10 out of 10.
Oh man. Nah, not even a 10 out of 10, a 20 out of 10. Let's go.
I don't
Shout out to Nerd Mansion. Shout out to Nerd Mansion. Shout out to Low, aka Robert Pinero, for the follow, for the subscription. Low, thank you. Awesome guy. But
I really don't know what else to say about this game. It's so broken, and I don't even like. Look, man, when people make mistakes, right? And I understand it's a jam game and whatnot, and maybe he wanted to submit it on time. Like, my jam game has some bugs and errors too in some points, but like this is clearly like not play tested even once, right? Like, there's no way. If you play tested this once at all, you would have seen all these issues in a single playtest, all at once, right? You would start the game, you would get the fucking hammer and see you can't use the hammer, so the entire fucking crafting is out the window, because the stat orbs are probably the way you scale, I would assume. So that doesn't work, and then you hit the second boss and he one-shots you, so you clearly see, alright, this is not fucking balanced at all. Like, you can figure these things out within 5 minutes of playing this shit.
What about I noticed the gear has different stat increases, but the weapons, I don't think it matters.
I never reached a point where I could craft a weapon, so I don't fucking know.
Like your start off weapon.
What start off weapon?
Well, sometimes you are able to craft. Well, sometimes you could choose.
I never had like the choice of getting a weapon or crafting a weapon. Like, I never had the materials, whatever they are. The only thing I could ever make was like iron gear, which is like the first thing that just requires monster materials. I have no fucking idea.
Hmm.
So I never got to make a weapon. I always was like fighting with my fist for some reason.
So
I don't know why you don't start with a weapon.
And it's really, the weapons are really meaningless, to be honest, because you know the skills do way more damage than your weapons do, and you're granted a point each turn. So you're
like
you
doing like 6 with the skill and 4 with the attack. So I don't know.
I don't know, but like you see the light thing on your character right there. If the enemy would have did a light attack again, it would have been an automatic critical on you.
Oh.
Or if he did that agility down move again, it would have been the critical. If that made sense. If you already afflicted, yeah, if you already afflicted and you do it again, it's going to be a critical. And I'm like, why wasn't this explained at all?
This enemy does nothing, so I'm not sure, because I don't know where I got that state, because this particular enemy does nothing. It has no skills. It doesn't do anything.
You know what?
It's fucking
I'm
weird.
looking on the delayed. Yeah, this is delayed.
Maybe the imp has it. I don't know. But this big demon guy, he just does nothing.
I was looking at the slime enemy.
I don't know. This game is just broken everywhere. Like nothing in this game works at all.
So this game isn't a jam game, nor is it a game at all. What you're saying. You're calling it not a game, correct?
Yeah, it's not completed, despite them saying it is. Like there's missing features, everything is broken, so it's not finished, it's not completed, it's not a game. This is not even a demo, because a demo is supposed to work. So I don't know. It's not a jam game because they said they have future plans and they posted it on the completed game, so I was under the impression it's a finished product.
Oh my gosh! Always amazes me how D7 find these games. First of all, I did not find this game. Harlequin, aka Dispassionate Gaming, found this. I did not find this.
Man, what I did was I went to the forums. I went to the completed games because I wanted to not play a demo for once, and I just sorted it by the newest posts. And this was like the third. I was reading, roguelike. Fuck yeah, man, I like roguelikes. I didn't even read the fucking post. I didn't look at the screenshots or anything. I just picked this and downloaded it, and that's it. Because we're the RTP, we play every fucking trash you send us, and every fucking trash we can find on the internet.
Yeah, I won't call every game trash. You know, everybody has good intentions behind their creations. You know, you got look at
no such thing.
You got to look at the bigger picture of what the developer. Lord. So how would you improve this game? Like what would you in all honesty,
all honesty, fucking delete it. No cap.
Oh my god.
No fucking cap. Fucking delete this shit and think it through. What kind of systems do you want? What kind of combat style do you want? Do you want it strategic? How is the progression gonna work? How is the player gonna unlock shit? How is, like, you need a solid concept. You can't just make some random ass skills and make some random ass enemies and randomize their stats and randomize the encounters and call it a day. That's not how a roguelike game works.
Yeah.
Like, delete this shit. Just get rid of it and start over. Honestly, like, don't try to save this mess. Just make a new one. Like, this is a weekend project. You can make this in 2 days easily.
Yeah, it is a bit frustrating, and there's no type of tutorial to even introduce new players. Like a new player is gonna be like,
Yep.
what am I
There doesn't need to be, because there's nothing, because nothing works anyway. The combat is just self-explanatory. You just use whatever fucking skill you have, and that's it. Doesn't need a tutorial. The only thing that needed a tutorial is what you said with the afflictions, because I never noticed that even.
Yeah.
And that's about it. Like, what else do you want tutorialized here?
Yep, because I noticed the first thunderbolt was doing 7 damage. Then if they was already afflicted, did it again, they automatically did the 20s. I was like,
I never
what?
noticed that. I was like,
Yeah.
with the light spear, I spammed that. Like, I always just spam the first skill, because that's apparently the damage skill. I don't
Then
know.
then you did you meet the NPCs that explains the I guess he was like he named the classes.
Yeah, the rogue or the blah blah blah, the blah 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 blah. Blah. Yeah.
So you think those are probably like those classes together are the best synergy classes? Like you
I
have
think
this
there are
class and
synergies.
that you have this one class, maybe you can unlock a new class, or
When would you ever do that?
I don't
I
know.
didn't see
That's
a statue in the tower ever. Like, I could never change my class mid game.
Oh, you get one. You get one every time you go to a new floor. There's a new class, a new statue after you beat the boss.
What? I mean, what? I didn't
Yeah,
see no
yeah,
statue.
yeah. It's like a crystal. You probably didn't get high enough. I was fortunately enough to see that with the thing, but you see different crystals and there'd be different classes. Then when you get halfway, you get a subclass. So you basically,
Uh,
like the subclass mechanic,
yeah,
plug
maybe
in.
that happened when you had the broken item. There's no way
Yeah,
you got this
yeah,
far
yeah. I ain't get that
regularly.
far. Yeah, regularly, I ain't get that far at all. No
No
chance.
way. There's no way. So what are you even talking about? Like,
No freaking chance,
I
man.
avoided that item because I wanted to see how I could perform in the game, like with a regular playthrough without using a broken item. You don't get that far, so I know nothing about getting a second class.
Yeah,
And what synergies would there even be? Like, there's no skills that synergize with anything.
man. I don't freaking know, man.
And when you change a class, you don't get to keep the stats, as far as I know, with the Yanfly plugin. I think you can keep the skills in the plugin parameters,
I think. I
but
think
there's no skill that would synergize with any other skill.
you keep the stat of the primary class, but you keep the skills of the secondary class.
Yeah, but what
So
good
I'm
does that
thinking.
do?
I'm thinking. I don't know. Like I really. I know in Right Things game. We're talking. Indie game here. Anmarons. If you have a certain class or level a certain class, you know how Final Fantasy Tactics was. I'm not sure you play that game.
That-
Once let's say you got like a level 5 squire and you got a level 6 mage, you unlock a new class once you once you reach that
Yeah, so
condition.
like a hidden class, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm thinking that's probably what that
Nah,
guy.
no way, no
I
way,
don't know, man. I
no
don't.
way.
I mean, I don't
And
know.
you have a developer here that didn't playtest their game even once. You know, ain't no fucking way they made hidden classes. No way.
So I could get DJ King to brute force it and see inside the game itself and see where the extra hidden classes in there.
I mean, anyone can do that.
I know, but DJ
DJ
King, he does the breaking the entry. He's our breaking the entry guy. So we're gonna if he would like to do that, he can. If Want to see, but I agree. I think a lot of this stuff is just.
I don't even. It doesn't. I don't think the game is encrypted even.
DJ King said it's not worth it.
Yeah, you can do it yourself. Like the game is actually not encrypted. Just put a project file in there and you can just open it.
Don't want to see the secret class, DJ King? Nah, I don't think he did.
I mean, as I said, if you want to see it, actually, you can just do it. Like, literally just put a project file in there. Like, it's not encrypted. Everything's available to you if you really want to see it.
Not really.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Like, in my opinion, as I said, this developer's just fucking lazy.
Because I'm never going to beat this game legit. I'm never. Like, that's one thing I can say I would never do. I'm never going to do is beat this game legit from start to finish. It's impossible.
It's impossible. Like, it's not because you don't want to. It's just literally impossible.
And I try to look for other speed, play testers. Nobody can do it.
Nobody played this game.
Levette says, I challenge you to beat this game. I challenge you. Let's see if you can do it. Let's see if you can do it, my guy. Y'all debating about this and that on the Discord. Let's see you do this one. Yeah. They don't want to take that. They don't want to take that challenge. Oh my gosh, this kind of reminds me man, this game needs to be on Ripley's Believe It or Not. If somebody can beat this, they definitely deserve a reward. But yeah, it's you can't do it. Like, regardless, and I played my heart out. Like, after
you played this shit for 3 hours straight.
Yeah, man. I played my heart out. I tried to strategize. I tried to, get the best equipment. I did
too. Like, I was like speed running this shit, man. I was trying out different classes and all the different kinds of fucking relics.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Like, no matter what you do, no matter what class you play, no matter what skills you use, and what relics you pick, and whether or not you make armor, it doesn't matter. You just get there and you just get your ass kicked with the one shot, no matter what you do.
Regardless, you would be a weak man. That's like you going out with your girl to a restaurant, and the guy came up to your table and started hitting on your girl, and he's a big guy, and he said, you do something, I'ma hurt you, and there's nothing you can do about it. You just looking and nothing. You're not in your element to do anything. Playing this game is like that. You might just give your girl away, because you're not. If you gotta beat this game legit, or your whole family is going to be, taken away, you might well do it yourself.
Might as well.
Because you're not.
Mama goodbye, because you ain't gonna see her again.
You're not beating this game. You're not doing it. I don't care who you are. Even with the cheat, you saw with the cheat, I kept dying back to back. It's impossible. Then got a third character on level 40, fighting all enemies. Nothing you can do about it. You're dead. So I'm thinking this game is come on now. I'm thinking is this game really a joke? Is the developer really joking around in the game? Because there's no way.
Hey, look, I on the footage, right? I just had the girl that made the enemies weaker. It doesn't do anything at all.
Yeah, it don't.
You just get one shot anyway.
Yeah, you get one shot at regardless. Yeah, you make them 3 levels weaker, That means you're on level 3 or level 4. They're on level 1. Now I think you start at level 5. You start out level 5. So basically you're level 6 or 7. They on level probably 1 or 2. They might start off level 5 too. But you still can't beat them. You should be one-shotting them. You should be taking 0 damage if they're 3 levels under you. Like it's I think the developer, I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that, because there's no way in the world you're going to be like, share feedback on the difficulty. Calls players to explore its depths and share feedback on its difficulty. Then you say, offer a game that could be effortlessly picked up and enjoyed in half an hour. Impossible. Impossible.
I don't think the developer is trolling. I think they're just either fucking lazy or I don't know, man.
And check this out.
I can only call it lazy. Like, even if somebody is inexperienced, like, they would have at least play tested and realized this game is not balanced, at least, right?
Yeah.
So I think 0 thought went into this game and 0 effort went into this game, because the systems that are supposedly in place, they make no fucking sense for a roguelike. Like, the only thing this could work is, like, let's say the hammer works and you could actually scrap gear. It doesn't mean anything because you don't get any gear. You don't find gear. You can only craft it. So you would need to craft gear in order to scrap it, in order to then craft the stat orbs. Like, how does that make any sense? Like, how annoying is that?
And they say,
so nothing is thought out.
Is commitment to procedural generation, ensuring that each run presents a unique and unpredictable challenge. That's not true.
Yeah, it's not true either, because there's nothing unique here. And it's not procedural generation either.
A diverse roster of 12 classes add a layer of complexity. Not sure that's true.
No, nothing is true.
Each class showcasing distinctive skills that go beyond the traditional focus on raw damage.
Nope.
A nuanced approach to character development invites players to strategically explore synergies and delve into the art of subclassing.
Well, I can't judge that. I never got to that point because the game is fucking broken.
Reminds me of...
I don't think it's trolling, because normally what you have with like these shitpost type games, they're clearly shitposts. Right? Or they're trying to be funny even if they're not, but they're trying to. This game is not trying to be funny. This game is not shitposting. This game is not memeing or anything. It's just fucking broken.
Yeah, it's super broken.
I don't think they're trolling. This game is just fucking broken and not playtested. And that's why I call the developer lazy. Because it clearly is. Like, the entire design of this game is just fucking lazy.
I agree with you. I agree. Definitely agree. Me and Harlequin don't really agree too much, but I definitely agree with him this time. And that says a lot.
I mean, I can't say it any nicer, because that's what it is.
Facts.
I don't know, man. I can only repeat myself. If you play tested this once, like just for 5 minutes, you would have seen at least the crafting doesn't work, the game is not balanced. In 5 minutes, you would at least have noticed these 2 things. So what's the only conclusion I can draw here? The game has not been playtested once. I don't know. That's the only conclusion I can make here. And of course, like, any kind of quality of life is also missing. There is no WASD, there is no nice options menu. I was going fucking deaf when I started this game because it fucking made my ears bleed with the volume. Then I was super confused in my first run because it lets you pick a class, but it doesn't give you that class automatically like you would expect the game to do. No, you keep the gambler class for some reason, even though you chose the knight. You gotta manually swap your class to knight, which makes no fucking sense. Like when you play a new game and the game lets you pick a class, you expect to be that class. Like, why do I have to switch my class manually? Why am I a gambler to begin with? Why is there no adventurer, like generic starting class that gets automatically removed once you pick the actual class? But that's like the least of their problems because like the fundamentals are already shit, so it's kind of whatever at this point.
I mean, I really don't have much to say about this game. I mean,
Yeah, there's nothing left.
there's no
Everything's
no
broken.
story.
I think it's broken, it's lazy, and I don't know. I would have not shared this with the public, and certainly not on the forums, and not on a fucking jam.
But he had to share it with He had to share it with D7 though. That's the thing, guys. He shared it with me.
I mean, he shared it with me since it was my pick, I guess.
Yeah, you the one that picked it.
Oh man, if I knew that, I would have not picked this shit. Like, holy fucking Christ.
But we don't have to worry about that for next week because it is the infamous wheel time today, guys. So
and that's a good thing too. Like, there's no chance in hell that any game on the wheel is worse than this. So you're in luck.
yeah, you're definitely in luck. So tradition, guys, if this game was a commercial game and we had to put a price on it, how much will you pay for this game?
I would have sued this motherfucker for wasting my fucking time.
Lord. I can't put a price on this. I agree. I think this game.
If you gave this game a prize, man, I would have like looked at you funny. Like I would have questioned your sanity at that point.
I would definitely scrap this project and just rebuild it from ground up. I mean, even if you're using RTP assets, which is fine, I would definitely.
Whatever. Like, visuals are not necessarily big turning points for like roguelike games. That's fine, but you need a solid foundation with your systems. Like, they need to work into each other. You need synergies for the skills and the gear and the relics and everything. Like, roguelike games are a very system heavy genre that all need to synergize and work like clockwork. And you already failed at that, so you need to figure that out first before you even fucking open
he has a good blueprint. And technically he does. When I say the good blueprint, when you read his forum posts, that's what he needs to try to deliver. That's what he needs. Create 12 different classes that's meaningful. Create classes that can synergize with subclasses that can, give different abilities and stuff like that. Rework the crafting system. Maybe
why is there even a crafting system?
Maybe put like a mysterious shopkeeper in there where the enemies may drop the monster stuff or rare ores where you could use that as currency instead of just crafting. I would have did something like that. Most games like Dead Cells got a weird shopkeeper that's probably evil, just as evil as the last boss, but only care about coin and souls and whatnot. So create something like that. But reading the forum post, the game, it sounds like this is going to be an excellent game, but actually
I picked it because the forum post read nicely.
yeah.
I thought they had something here, but they don't. Like, what the fuck is this?
There's no game on the wheel that's better than this game. I do concur that. There's no game on the wheel is gonna top this game, guys. So be prepared. Be prepared for agony next week. Be prepared for agony next week. Oh yeah, and I have to remind myself I gotta find a caption for
the voice to text thingy.
Yeah, I gotta find that. So I'm gonna definitely do that probably tomorrow. I do that.
Why Spanish though? What's where we also need simplified Chinese, and
particularly French because Dr. 4G is a French streamer and a lot of his followers are French, which some follows D757 Gaming. So to get that true RTP experience, it's good to have us to talk. Especially you got a German guy that's speaking broken English. They trying to be like, what's this German guy saying? You know what I'm saying? We got to be clear.
If we're gonna do Spanish, we also need German subtitles.
Nah, we don't need German subtitles.
Chinese subtitles, and
we don't need all that, sir. We just need the French and English. That's all we need. German. We could get Spanish, but German.
Discriminating though. That's clearly.
We got you to translate, so we don't need German because you could translate.
No, I'm not translating. I'm not being paid to translate.
You are getting paid. You getting paid.
Paid at all, man.
You getting paid, my guy. So Mugen Tower. If those who want to record, if you play it, and you want to share a video with me, you don't gotta upload it. You could just probably record yourself playing it and send it to me. I would like to see, how you did, and if you can at least maybe record your voice so I can hear your frustration, that would be good. And I will upload, maybe make a compilation of people failing Mugen Tower. But if you can win the Mugen Tower from beginning to end without using the broken relic called the Pocket Miracle, you may be featured as a guest on the RTP podcast for one episode. That's the prize.
And he's only saying that because it's impossible.
It's impossible. But if you could pick the game and host the RTP podcast for one episode.
Don't say that shit, man. Somebody
edit
the project file.
And I know
stats and whatnot. Don't do that.
Yeah, I know. These guys.
They putting all the enemies on one attack, and then they're gonna record a playthrough. We're never gonna know they cheated.
Oh man, yeah, you right. Alright, so boys and girls, we got to spin the wheel, unfortunately. We have to spin the RTP wheel, and I gotta help my in-laws with some stuff. And
let's get the heck out of here, and I'm tired from work, whatnot. Anyway.
Oh, you tired? What?
Yeah, and they have this training thing, like 2 weeks, man. They pumping us full with like all the theoretical bullshit and all that shit we gotta know to do the customer service stuff, man. Oh my god, it's so much.
That sounds like an excellent job. I would love to do something like that.
Man, it's terrible, man. We need to know more shit than an actual banker does, but we're getting paid minimum wage for that.
Alright guys, let's go ahead and spin this wheel so we could go ahead about our day and good stuff like that. So let's go ahead and pull up the wheel. You guys are ready? I'm ready. I know you're ready. Let's do it. Good luck, good luck, good luck to those involved. Desperation reincarnation is gone. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You've been there for a while too. My goodness. I think that's A's game. Mana Raiders has been eliminated. Mana Raiders
always a good thing.
Has been eliminated. Reroll. So everybody got an extra life. 2 rerolls left. Ley Sensitive Chronicles been eliminated. Ley Sensitive Chronicles has been eliminated. Single Malt has been eliminated. Holy cow. Single Malt has been eliminated. Immortal Sins is out of here. Immortal Sins is out of here. Reroll. Reroll. Let's go. Reroll. Heroes of Spirit. I wanted to play that one. It's eliminated. Heroes of Spirit is out of here. Dreams of Addict is gone. Dreams of a freaking addict is gone. No Time for Mercy is gone. No Time for Mercy is freaking gone. Are you freaking serious? Starscribe is gone. Oh man, Starscribe. I know you're hustling and bustling, my guy. My goodness gracious. So now we got Depths of Insanity, Starship Rebellion, and the reroll. Good luck. Good luck. Reroll. Holy smokes. Would you like to make a wager who's going to win this?
Oh man, I don't even. Just spin it.
Let's go.
Just get it over with.
Get it over with.
Oh man.
Starship Rebellion.
Right,
Starship Rebellion.
That is so undeserved though. Like
Starship Rebellion is the winner.
He just put it on there, like
he just put it up there.
Man.
He just put it up there. Holy smokes.
That is so unfair.
Holy smokes. So Starship Rebellion is Psychronix Games game. So Starship Rebellion is yeah. I guess you guys will see it, and I will do the video for that because, you know, I have yet to play it and I told them I was gonna play it. So I got the video. Alright guys, definitely appreciate you guys showing up and showing out. Thank you all, Def, for the new follow. Definitely appreciate you. Thank you, Great Perhaps, for the new follow. You guys are amazing people. We're definitely growing slowly for surely, but at the same time, it is a new year. We're definitely gonna come strong. We definitely gonna have, you know, create fun and great memories within this community. Definitely appreciate you guys. If you have yet joined the RTP Discord, I understand, guys. I understand there's many Discords out there. You're probably part of a lot of them, but rest assured, you know, we have a great time in that Discord. We actually do talk. We actually do share feedback and advices with one of another. You know, I know you got the RPG official RPG Discord. You got, what's the other one? Humans Discord. You know, you got a whole bunch of them out there. But you know, to help support the RTP podcast and to put games, you know, submit games on the wheel so we can make it bigger and better. You know, definitely stop by, and maybe, you know, we could have a good 2024. So appreciate you guys like always. You know, you're definitely family, and we will see you next week with Starship Rebellion. But like always, you know, we are Twitch family. If there is somebody that we can raid, let's go ahead and raid a RPG Maker streamer or developer, because we are RTP, right? We're RTP. Okay, this guy's an intermission. Harlequin is upset because he got to play another RPG game. I don't care. He's going to do what we tell him to do. I don't even think these people is playing RPG Maker game. They just got RPG Maker tags. Ain't doing jack. Oh, this person's playing RPG Maker console. Let's go ahead and raid them. And officially, I'm out this time, guys. Wish my back some luck as I go help pack and move furniture. All right, guys.